Before I start this video, I want to explain to you that Heidi and I started this channel not to make friends, but to tell people the truth. And many times the truth is really, really uncomfortable. So for those of you who've been watching this channel for a while, you know that you can count on us to say the truth regardless of how popular it is, okay? So now, let me get into some more uncomfortable truths, okay? This is for my Twitter. If you want to see some real uncomfortable truths, follow me on Twitter. Okay, now, Bitcoin is up $100,000 since it bottomed in 2022. Why would that be an uncomfortable truth? Well, think about it this way. Heidi and I were, and a few others were the ones that were saying, we're publicly buying. We got so trashed when we said we were buying at $16,500. That's where we bought. If you're a learningcrypto.com member, you know exactly when we bought. But here's the thing, a lot of people are saying we're going to $10,000, don't buy now. And I'm like, no, this is wrong. We presented facts. It's too long to go over the facts in this video, but then we were right, okay? And then Bitcoin proceeded to go up rapidly. And it happened rapidly during 5 consecutive rate hikes. You hear everybody talking about rate hikes, saying the Federal Reserve needs to lower interest rates for any all-time highs to begin again. Well, that's a lie too. So this is another uncomfortable truth. Let's go on to this. A very uncomfortable truth here is that this will be the loneliest bull market you will ever see, okay? And not only did I share this on Twitter, but I also presented the mainstream media, CNBC. This is where the financially uneducated go to get their financial information. And it didn't even show, I don't know if they showed it by now, by the time this video gets out, but they didn't even show when Bitcoin skyrocketed to about $118,000, like within minutes. Didn't even share that Bitcoin was going to all-time highs. Nothing about Bitcoin. Just ridiculous, right? This tells you how lonely this bull market really is. Now, let's go over to Rekt Capital. So, as you know, we are fans of ETH. We've been buying since 70 cents. Okay, so with that said, Ethereum has resynchronized with its $2,200 to $3,900 macro range. ETH has rallied 76% since it bottomed. Okay, so when it did bottom, like I said, our guys at learningcrypto.com, our subs, did very well because we literally bought pretty much the bottom within like $25 from the bottom. Because when I saw it go under $2,000, I'm like, well, this is ridiculous pricing here. Like, this is going to go up, all right? So ETH isn't going anywhere. And because ETH is going to lead the alts, and we're still bullish on alts as well. Now let's go over to this piece right here about the tariffs. Prices are now starting to rise because of tariffs. Economists say this is just the beginning. And what do they mean by this is just the beginning? Like I've been saying all along since the tariffs just started. By the way, I got bashed on that as well. People said, oh, this is art of the deal. This is how this is going to make America great again. I said, no, this is going to make the middle class really, really poor. And it's going to increase the cost of just average goods, okay? Now, here's the thing that Trump just came out today. Whenever I say Trump, just think the Federal Reserve, okay? Because the Federal Reserve owns Trump. As we all know about, what happened last week or earlier this week. Check out this chart right here. There's like Indonesia got a 32% tariff, Cambodia 36%, Laos 40%. I mean, the U.S. and United States is essentially isolating themselves from the rest of the world. And I've been saying this is going to happen, and it's proof in the pudding. This is putting more and more pressure on the U.S. dollar, and Bitcoin is a hedge against the U.S. dollar. You have to realize that. That is one of the reasons why it's gone up so freaking much, all right? That's one of the reasons why the US dollar is down like 11% this year alone, and Bitcoin's up like, what, 50 or 60% this year alone. Right now, here we go. Amazon Prime sales first day are down 41% compared to last year. Nobody's buying on Amazon anymore because Chinese products are too expensive to ship over to the United States because of the tariffs. So you have to wonder, like, why Jeff Bezos just sold off $500 million of his Amazon stock. Exactly. He doesn't want anything to do with it, and wonder why Warren Buffett is stepping down at 96 years old. It's not because he's 96. It's because he doesn't want to deal with the crap that is going to happen in the United States. Now, also, global debt has hit an all-time high of $324 trillion. Look at this chart, guys. Like this is globally, like all currencies are inflating away, okay? There's no stopping this. That is why every single person needs to get into Bitcoin, okay? It shouldn't be just governments, all right? It needs to be like individuals, like even if you have 10 bucks, if you can save up $10 a month, put into Bitcoin, man. Like, you thank me later, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're buying now or later. If you have a longer term outlook, who cares? Because we're gonna hit a bear market eventually. We're not going to $1 million like so many other people say. It's very unpopular to say we're not going to $1 million and we're gonna go into a bear market, but we are going into a bear market after this and we're gonna be so ready. But it doesn't matter if you do hold or are buying right now for the long run, because we're going to go back up, because central banks are going to print your currency into oblivion. I don't care which country you're from. Now also you have the US debt jumping $366 billion in one day. I told you guys, been telling you every single year that you lived, the US is going to print more currency than ever before, okay? Any year before that. This is the truth. This is the uncomfortable truth right now, that it's finished, guys. This is why we're warning people about the new currency that's going to come out. And if you've been a subscriber to ours, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're not, check out this video. Now, what should you expect from this pump that we just had? From my perspective, I think we are the last phase of this bull market. Okay, what does that mean? It means this is where we go parabolic. We've already broken out of the range that we've been in for a really long time. And now I think this is time for Bitcoin to really get retail, like the average investor, to get into this space. And those are the people that are attracted to higher prices. We're also going to be attracting people that sold during that last dip, that correction that we had in the $75,000 range. Those people that sold are going to FOMO so hard, probably go into leverage. They're going to FOMO so hard when we start pumping even further, if not now. And by the way, this pump that we just had, that was because of short sellers. If you don't know what shorts are, it's simply gamblers that were borrowing money, betting the price is going to go down on leverage, so money that they didn't have. Okay, these people are just, it doesn't matter. Don't feel bad for them. They're doing it to themselves, all right? Now, what do I expect now? I expect us to, the further this bull market matures, the steeper the incline is going to be, the price incline, all right? So I think that we could essentially go to $150,000 in very short manner, and that will definitely bring alts and everything else with it. But here's the thing. We are going to top eventually. So if you do want to see when we are going to be selling, that's really important. Check out learningcrypto.com. So because we want to buy the next bear market, we need to prepare right now for the next bear market, because if you want to enjoy the bear market, if you want to like relax and love the prices crashing, because they're going to crash so hard, especially when these companies that put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, when they start selling off, because they're going to sell off because they know nothing about Bitcoin, most of these guys, it's going to be a free-for-all, okay? So that is when we really load the boat again, because I think the next bull market is going to be explosive. It could possibly bring us to $1 million next bull market. So let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. And also, do you appreciate us just being honest with you guys? Because we're not sponsored. We refuse to be sponsored by any coins or anything like that. We tell people how it is, and Heidi's been doing that since 2016. So she was one of the first crypto YouTube girls in the entire space. Talk to you soon.